Alright, so in this video, I'm gonna be going over money management. So I'll be going over knowing risk percentage, uh, knowing or like, reaching a goal to play one bill at a time, and then practice discipline to create good habits. So basically, what knowing risk is knowing how much you want to lose in the market. Like when you're depositing an account in the market, you shouldn't be worrying about how much you're gonna make. You shouldn't be worrying about that at all. You should be worrying about how much you're gonna lose. If you can't afford to lose that amount, you shouldn't be trading it. You shouldn't be trading it. Like if you lose it, you deserve to lose it because you shouldn't be knowing how much you're gonna lose in the first place. So it's not really good to trade when you just when you know you're gonna be struggling with that money you need, right? So it's another thing. Don't be trading when not knowing if you're gonna lose money, right? So because like every time you deposit money, you should be thinking to yourself, I'm gonna lose this money. Like you have a high chance of losing it. Like you're not gonna lose the money, but you have a high chance of losing the money. Think of it that way. Like you always have just be comfortable with what you're losing and just make sure it's gonna be okay with you. Because if you using money that you can't afford to lose, you're gonna be ending up chasing that same amount over and over and over, and it's gonna be a repeat, you know? So that's something you don't want to do. Because then like you're starting digging yourself in a deeper hole, and then the deeper hole is never gonna end. Every time you're just like, I'm deposit more, deposit more, deposit more, and it's never gonna end. So that's why you should understand how much you're gonna lose and know how much you're gonna lose. Just put it in your head every time you deposit that. Just tell yourself that I have a chance of losing this money. I have a 50% chance of losing this money. Um, I'm gonna be talking over reaching goal to pay one bill at a time. So what this means is like, man, you gotta know when to stop trading. Like when you're trading, you shouldn't be thinking about, like I said in the last video, you shouldn't be thinking about growing that account. Think about paying those bills. Let's say your bill for a month for your phone bill is like $50, and then you have like your car note that's like, I don't know, it's like maybe like I don't have a car. I don't know how much it is, but I think it's say around 500 a month, right? You have a car note, and then you have so let's say it's here. Let me put it this way. You have phone bill. Let me make this a brighter font. This is a little too light. Let's make it phone bill. Let's go with 50. Car. Let's go with 500. So insurance for the car. Let's go 500. Go with what else is there? There's also personal spending. So let's say it's like uh 300 a month. So you just gotta figure out how much you're spending a month. You know, if you're paying for phone bill, you gotta pay for phone car insurance, you gotta pay for personal spending. Actually, that's yeah, yeah. So then you gotta pay for so the personal spending is pretty much like food, clothes, and all the stuff you buy. So let's say it's 300. I'm just throwing round numbers out. You know, everyone has different numbers. Um, so let's say it's like this is like $850 a month, and you're currently working a job, right? So if you're working a job, let's say you get paid, I don't know, let's say average like 40 hours a week. Let's say you get paid like yeah, 700 work pay. Let's say you're getting 700 per week. All right. So if you're getting 700 per week, uh, if you're getting paid 700 per week, so that's about 1,400 per month, right? 1,400 per month, 7 times 2 is 400 per month, and then you have all right. So now you have you know how much you getting paid during work. So you just say it's 1,400 a month, and then you have no you know how much you're gonna be spending, right? So let's say it's like 850. So now it's like how much extra money do you have from your work? Let's say you have an extra, 550, right? Yeah, 550. So the extra from here to here, it'll be 550. So then if you're comfortable putting that money in your Forex account, go ahead, you know, like because you're paying off the bills and stuff like that. So like yeah, this is like something if you have a job, right? Let's say um now let's say, what am I talking about? Say, let's say now you don't have a job. Like you have money saved up, but you don't have a job, right? So you have money saved up and you don't have a job. Now let's talk about let's talk about so let's say you have money saved up and you don't have a job, and now you gotta pay your phone bill, your car insurance, and your personal spending. So it's like, 850, right? So 850. So let's say you have a Forex account worth like probably, I don't know, let's say you have $1,000 account, right? So $1,000 account, your growth per week should be, I don't know, roughly like you don't have it depends on the person, obviously. My goal for a day is usually like 3%, 3 to 5%. But let's just put even number. Let's put 5% for a day, right? Let's put that. So let's say you make probably $50 per day on $1,000 account, right? That's all you need, $50 per day. So we making $50 per day. How much is that in a week? 5 times 5. That's about 250. 25, 250, right? That's about $250 you're making per week in the market. That's if you're just making 5% of 1,000 per day. So if you put obviously if you put 5% per day, the number's gonna add up higher. So I guess this would be roughly around 3, 4% per day, 250. So if you were to make 250 per week, $1,000 account. That's pretty good, man. Like that's pretty. But you're paying like a quarter of these bills per week. So think about that. This times four now is gonna be what is that? 250 times four. It's about 1,000, right? So now this is how much you're making per month, and now you have extra money to spend after you pay off these bills with this amount of money. And now, like a month, you have 100% account growth, right? So now you're able to pay these bills off. So like, and now you have even extra money to spend too, so you can spend whatever you want. Obviously, this is like if you're making 5% per day. Obviously, you're not gonna make that every day. Obviously, some days you're gonna have bad days, some days you have good days, but like you could pay a significant amount of your bills just by trading forex. So there's something to look at. You shouldn't be, like I said, you shouldn't be looking at numbers as how much you should make per day. Just think about how much you need to pay. If it's if you need to pay like I said, 850, then just make enough so you can pay. You don't have to pay the full amount, the whole full 850. It would be cool if we can pay even like half of it or even like a quarter of it. But as long as it's coming from forex, it's just an extra set of income coming in from forex. It's like you can just say now it's coming from forex. Like it's so what else is there? Practicing discipline to create good habits. So when you're practicing discipline to create good habits, what it means is, man, like the habits you're creating, you're making every day. If you're making the same mistake every day, you're not growing as a trader at all. You're making the same mistakes over and over again. You're not gonna be successful until you break those habits. So when practicing discipline to create good habits is like pretty much knowing when to stop. Hold on, knowing when to stop trading and knowing how many trades to take per day, and then knowing how much to stop with. Like so, for example, like if your max goal was like 5% per day, then just stop at 5%. Let's say you have 3 winning trades and you make 5%. Just stop. Like some people make winning 3 trades in a row per day and they just keep going because they're like, oh, it's so easy to. I'm just gonna keep going. But think about it. The more you're putting yourself in the market, the more you have a chance to lose. So every time you enter a trade, you have a chance of losing the money. So if you're entering 5 times, okay, let's say you enter 3 times, compared 5 times. What do you think you're gonna lose most money on? The 5 times, obviously. So out of those 5 times, you have a higher chance of losing money than entering 3 trades, or 2 trades per day. So I tend to stick with 2 trades per day, and that's like something that just helps me stick to my discipline because it forces me not to overtrade, and it forces me to not because if you think about it, the human mind can only make 2 good decisions per day. After that, you're just making dumb decisions. Like if you're entering like 6, 7 trades per day in the market, you're just overtrading, and you're just playing with emotions at that point. You might not think about it, but it's naturally gonna build up those emotions. So there's that for creating good habits. yeah, that's all for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Talked about some money management here. So in the next video, I'm gonna be going over I mean, I'm actually gonna be adding more videos to the price action part. So for those that are new in this course, pretty much every month I'm gonna be updating this course with new videos. So yeah, I'm in the next video, I'm gonna be adding price action videos a lot more. So you guys enjoy this video.